Hey, Marcus Hutzel here, and in this quick video I wanted to show you the case that I recently bought for my Atomos Ninja V or Ninja V, and that is the Nanuk 909 case. And before I got this case, I kind of wanted to know if the Ninja V and all of its accessories would fit in the 909, because I don't like extra bulk in my cases. I don't like a small item and all of its accessories taking up a big case. So I wanted something small, and the Nanuk series are typically, or at least they offer some that are thinner than Pelican cases. The bigger you go with Pelican in the horizontal and vertical dimensions, the thicker the case gets. And I just didn't want that. I wanted something thin. So does the Atomos Ninja V and its accessories fit in the 909? For me, it does. It may not be the ideal case, but let me take you through and show you how I have mine set up to see if it will work for you, but it does work for me. So if we open this up, we can see I've got the Ninja V over here. I've got a hard drive, got a couple batteries and accessories, and I'll take everything out real quick and show you how I've packed it. So, you know, again, this is a fairly tight pack. It may not be best if you're going to be sending this out as a rental kit. I would probably get something a little larger, because since this is my personal one, I do actually use it for work, for professional work, but I'm usually the only one messing with it and unpacking and packing it, and I'm very careful with my gear. I don't really trust my own foam plucking method to work well for others. I don't really trust them to put everything back carefully. They'll probably rip my foam. I'm a little OCD about that, so I just take care of this myself. So anyway, so we've got the Atomos Ninja V here. I have an Arca Swiss plate pretty much permanently attached to the bottom. It doesn't really move or come off the Ninja V that much, so that's just the Ninja V right there. Underneath that, I've got a little piece of foam. I think this actually came in the Ninja V box, and I used it in here to separate the external SATA to USB-C cable that I use for the hard drive. I did not buy the Atomos version of this dock because the Atomos version is $75 for basically the same thing. This was $15. Works great. And the Atomos dock, actually, if you put the hard drive in that dock, it kind of didn't sit flush. So if the Atomos dock had a flat bottom like that, you put the drive in, the drive kind of stuck up like that. It didn't sit flush. And so for $75, it wasn't worth it. So I just bought the cheaper model. This one is a Benfi or Benfi model. I've got a bunch of these. They work just fine. So I keep that under there. I keep the foam on top of it from the Ninja box, and that just kind of helps pad the connector and everything on the back of the Ninja so that those hard parts of this cable and the back aren't just getting there and possibly damaging either of the ports. So I keep that down there. I keep the foam on top, and I keep the Ninja V with its Arca Swiss plate right on top. As you can see, I kind of can only keep one hard drive sled in this case. Depending on other accessories, you may be able to keep two, but the way I laid it out, I can really only keep one hard drive in there. So keep that in mind if you need to carry more than a single hard drive. Up here at the top, I have two batteries, two NPF 750s. You could probably fit a 970. Will the case shut with a 970? Yeah, it's just fine. It shuts. You could keep two larger capacity batteries up there. I just keep two NPF 750s. They work fine. Keep them up there, right there. In the middle is kind of the area where you may have to decide what's best for you, but I like to have everything that I need in there to set up the Ninja and even mount it and power it. So we have the battery plate that takes the DC adapter. Sometimes I'll just leave that on the Ninja itself and keep that stored over there. Works just fine that way as well. Takes up a little less space in the center. I really wish they would figure out some way to make this smaller, because the power adapter is like the biggest thing, and it is the thing that gets in the way the most. But I mean, I want to carry this around. I don't want to rely on just battery power, so I keep the power supply in there at all times. So power supply, and then the rest of the space underneath the power supply is taken up by a very small articulating arm, a mini super clamp, and an Arca Swiss adapter. I like this little one. I've got about 6 or 7 of these particular Arca Swiss plates. I will link to them below because it's one of the smallest ones I've found. Most of the others either have a bigger plate or they are much, much longer. This is one of the smallest ones I could find. And this one actually has a hot shoe adapter on the back. And hang on. If you have something like an L bracket, like I have for my Sony a7 III, then this Arca Swiss plate will grab onto the side rail of my L bracket, and then it will give me a cold shoe mount where I can mount other accessories. So it's kind of like double duty for that little guy. It's about 12 bucks. They're great. Anyway, so onwards. So again, we have this little articulating arm. These little small rig arms really aren't the best. The teeth hold well enough, but the ends don't really hold everything that great. But if I put it all together, at the very least, I have something to mount my Ninja on. If I've got the camera on a tripod, at the very least, I can mount this to the tripod and I don't have to just deal with the Ninja sitting on nothing, because this case, as you can see, is full and isn't large enough for probably even the smallest tripod that I would find. So I went with the articulating arm route to store in there. I do have to disassemble it to get it all to fit, but if we put everything back in here, oh look, I just proved my point about the small rig arms. The little rubber gasket on the end actually came off completely right now. It's the first time that's happened, so, you know, unfortunately a more expensive arm is probably going to be better, but it will probably be larger. This is one of the smallest ones I could find as well. I'm going for compact, so put this in here, down the bottom, put the power supply on top. So I've got my Ninja, I've got the foam that came in the Atomos box, I've got the cable underneath that, I've got two NPF 750 batteries up top, power supply, articulating arm, Arca Swiss mount, and a single hard drive. And again, if you're careful, it will last you a long time. It all fits nicely, and I don't have to carry around a much bigger case. This is nice and small and compact, and would obviously fit better in the Nanuk 910, which is only slightly larger than this. And I think if I were to do it again, I might go with the 910, but the 909 for me has been just fine. It's compact. I can throw it in the back of the car. I can carry it and tote it around easily. I chose red because red for recording. A tally light is red on a camera and most recording buttons, so I chose red. Everyone thinks it's a first aid kit. It's not. It's my Atomos Ninja V. The little green sticker right there. So, I don't know. That's it. If you were looking for a case for your Atomos Ninja V, hopefully this helps you and lets you know that yes, it does fit in a Nanuk 909. The 910 will obviously give you more room, maybe room for a second hard drive or a larger articulating arm. But for me, I'm sticking with this one for now. I hope this was helpful. We'll see you in the next one.